Hello everyone, myself Chaitra R, studying in second year MCA at MIT Mysore. Today I am going to give a seminar on the topic called Publisher Subscriber from the subject Object Oriented Modeling and Design. To start with, let us go with the defining this publisher and subscriber model. This publisher-subscriber model defines one-to-many dependency between the objects. That is, consider there are two objects, publisher and the subscriber. The subscribers may be in many number and there may be only one publisher. So whenever a publisher publishes an information, the subscribers subscribes it. There not only one subscriber but n number of subscribers subscribe to the information published by the publisher. This is known as one-to-many dependency. Next is the changes are notified to the subscribers in this model. That is, when one object changes state, all its dependents are notified and updated automatically. Next is the publisher publishes messages to channels and subscriber subscribes it. The publisher publishes his information or any data over a channel or a network and subscribers just subscribes them. No alterations to that data can be made by the subscribers. They are only act as a viewers. Next, the areas of the usage of this publisher subscriber model is that instant messaging, workload balance, asynchronous workflows, etc. The best example that can be given to this model is the YouTube. Because when a user subscribes to a channel on the YouTube, any of the changes made to the channel will be notified to the subscriber immediately. So this can be considered as a best example for the publisher and subscriber. And any of the videos or some data published over the YouTube in the particular channel that can be viewed only can be viewed by the subscribers and no alterations can be made to those videos. So that can be given as a good example for this publisher subscriber model. Next is when to use this model. To announce events for multiple people. That is, when enabling an application to announce events to multiple interested consumers asynchronously without coupling the senders to the receivers. Next is broadcasting the information. That is, when an application needs to broadcast information to a significant number of consumers, this model can be used. Next is a communication with one or more applications. That is, when an application needs to communicate with one or more independently developed applications or services, the publisher-subscriber model can be used. Next is differences between publisher and subscriber. The publisher is the provider of information. The publisher can just provide the information to his or her subscribers, and the publisher publishes information without knowing the use of the published information for a particular application. This means that publisher supply information about a subject without needing to know anything about the application that are interested in the information that the publisher is going to publish. Next is the subscriber. He can be called as a consumer of the information. The subscriber just only can consume the information provided by the publisher. As I told earlier, no alterations cannot be made to those information published by the publisher. So to implement or to demonstrate this publisher and subscriber, I have a program written in Java. So let us illustrate that. Here I have a program written in Java, that is OOMD.1. This is the project name that I have created, and I have created two classes for this project, that is server.java and client.java. To know about to start with the components of this program, the first and foremost statement what we have is the import statement, that is import java.net.star. This import statement is used because to obtain the networking library functions, like we have used inet address here, that will be covered later, and import java.util.scanner. This import class, why it is needed means to scan the information from the user, that is to get the info or to get the input from the user, we use this scanner object. To start with, we have a class called server, and in the main function we have a lot of statements here. To start with, the datagram socket, the first statement. Why this datagram socket is used? Because this is the type of network socket which provides connectionless point for sending and receiving the packets, that is data packets. Because here we are not establishing a connection oriented connection, we are using a connectionless service here. So that is why we are using datagram socket, and DS is its object, and we are creating a new datagram socket object here. And next is the INET address. This INET address represents an IP address. This provides a method to get an IP address of any host. One such method used by this INET address is the get by name. This method I have used, and I have given a parameter of as 127.0.0.1. This is nothing but an IP address of the host. Next is this is the starting and stopping condition. While a string not is not equal to by. So until and unless the input given by the user is not equal to by, this loop will run. That is, here we are accepting the input from the user using a scanner object, and here we are using a datagram packet. That is why this datagram packet is used, because the Java datagram packet is a message that can be sent or received. So this datagram object DP contains the message that is to be sent to the subscriber. So that is the reason why we are using this datagram packet. And next is the send method. This send method belongs to datagram socket class. This send method is belonging to this datagram socket class for sending datagram packets to the socket. And ds.close, why we are using this close method is to we have to finally close the connection so that the port is available for the further use. Next is the client program. In the client code, the same things we have used, that is java.net.start and datagram socket for establishing connection with the server, and 3000 is the port number that we have used to get connected to the server. Here we are defining a byte array byte of length 1024 bytes. And again here we are using datagram packet DP, and we are sending this buffer that is the byte and its length 1024. These two parameters we are sending from this datagram packet. This datagram packet contains two methods. This is one such method where we can send the buffer data and its length. And ds.receive, here we have sent DP, that datagram packet object. That is, this datagram packet object contains the message given by the publisher, and this has been sent by using send method, and whatever the datagram packet that is being sent is being received in this client program by using the receive method. So this is all about the server and the client program. Now we have to while using these kind of programs, first we have to run the server program. So it is being run in the background. So here we have successfully run the server program. Now we'll come to the client program and run even this file also. Some error. This is because multiple instances are running in the background. So first we have to close all these things, or else it is difficult to get the output. We'll close all these things, and again from the beginning let us run this server program. Here I have got enter a message. It is prompting me to enter a message. Now I'll come to the client part and again run this file. See, now you can see that there are no errors because we have stopped the background running processes. Now I'll come here and enter a message. I'll enter a message as I am server and I press enter. Now if I come here, that is OOMD of run #2, that is the one of the client. So the whatever the message published in the server program has been received in the client program. See, you can see here I have entered a message as I am server in the server side, and that has been received in the client side by the client. So this is all about the publisher subscriber. Thank you.